Every cycle you have ever heard of in the human body is a part of a unique rhythm or set of rhythms in the human body. The heart must synchronize all these sounds into a beat, get order from chaos. This beat then entrains the brain, the magnetic field at large. The heart is the master clock. Think about the blood pH, 7.365. That's the exact days in the week and the exact days in the year. The heart has blood moving through the 60,000 miles of vessels in 60 seconds, culminating in the 12 gates of the heart into the wasp. The journey through the Holy of Holies is superior and inferior cava to the right atrium, tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, pulmonary semilunar valve to the right-left pulmonary artery, right-left pulmonary artery vein.
We did it. Yo, listen, we did it. We did it. It's time for us to celebrate. Listen, we got to get this word out. It's time for us to celebrate. We should be running the victory lap right now. We got to get this to everywhere ASAP. We done walk through the whole entire body. We done knocked out kidney disease, diabetes. Listen, this is the big one. This is the big one. We done took down heart disease. This is the big time right here. And the craziest part of this is where we found the cause and the cure of heart disease. The craziest part of this whole thing is where we found the cause and the cure. You got to go to Amazon now. Go to Amazon now. I can't tell you, it's about 15 books already that's no longer in print. You got to get these books before they gone. You got to get these books before they vanish.
Yes.
Sure something, reassure something.
Radio. Baby girl, it's on.
Sure something, reassure
Baby girl, it's on. No need to lose interest. Girl, I got your wish list. I'm gonna make it count for show. Baby girl, it's on. Radio.
Let's go. It's time for us to take this from YouTube. We got to take this from YouTube. We got to take this to every single corner of the world. We got to spread this. We got to spread this. We got to spread this like radio waves. We got to spread this like oxygen. We got to spread this like water. We got to spread this to every corner of the earth. You got to understand where I'm coming from with this. Look where I'm from. You got to understand where I'm from to understand where I'm going with this. You got to understand where I'm from to understand where I'm going. Right now, as it stands, do you know people are reading these books on every single continent of the planet? Every continent on this globe, right now, we have people studying the material. Right now, every continent on earth. We got to take that. We got to step that effort up. We got to make that every country. After we make that every country, we got to make that every city. After we make that every city, we got to make that every neighborhood. After we make that every neighborhood, we got to make that every single street, every road, every bookstore, every corner store, every barbershop, every beauty salon, every clubhouse, every sports team, and they're in the locker room, they should be talking about us. Yeah, that's right. I said when they're in the locker room, they should be talking about, this is locker room talk right here. This is locker room talk right here. This is, I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. God took me from my worst moment, at my worst moment, and gave me the most powerful message. At my worst moment, I got the most powerful message. I couldn't write this if I tried. At my worst moment, when I need the most, I didn't come online for cash apps. I need some cash apps. I do need cash apps. I do need cash apps. I do need support. I need you to go to the Patreon. I need you to go to the website. I need you to go to Amazon. I need you to support. But in my worst moment, in my time of need, I withdrew. Nobody knew where I was at. Where's EnQi at? People was returning orders and panicking and wellness checks, and it was time for me to go within. It was time for me to pray. It was time for me to meditate. It was time for me to cleanse. It was time for me to fast. They say, EnQi, you looking skinny. Yeah, because I've been in a spiritual place. I haven't been eating. I can't even begin to tell. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is the proof is in the pudding. The only thing I can tell you is we have to speak this into existence. The only thing I can tell you is the lies that you've been told is bigger than what you think. The lies that you've been told is bigger than what you think. I can tell you that much. I can tell you the conspiracies. I can tell you that 90% of the conspiracies out there surrounding health are wrong. 99% of them are wrong. This thing is so outlandish. This thing is so outlandish you would never guess in a million years what is actually going on. But I'm going to tell you. That's what I got. That's my charge. That's my charge. I have to tell you. That's my purpose. That's my destiny. My destiny is to explain to you how we end heart disease. My destiny is to explain to you why NASA hasn't been to the moon since 1969. Now, let me ask you a question. You know, like I know, that technology gets better as it goes along. How did we have the technology to get to the moon in the 60s, but we don't have the technology to get to the moon in 2024? I'm going to let that sink in for a second. If we had the technology to get to the moon in the 1960s, we didn't even have cell phones in the 60s. Wait a minute. We didn't have cell phones in the 60s, but we supposedly kept in touch with the astronauts as they was flying to the moon. How was that possible? How was that possible? How is it possible that we just witnessed a presidential campaign built on sterilizing men, sterilizing women, and promoting abortions? How did we just watch that? We just witnessed that. Or y'all was so blinded by the surface level issues, y'all didn't see y'all didn't understand. A trans man and a trans woman are sterilized. So you had a whole platform running on sterilization and abortions. Do y'all have any idea what's going on out here? Do y'all understand the design of the human body? Do you understand the design of the planet that we on? I'm trying to tell you. Somebody gotta hear me. Somebody gotta hear me. I'm trying to explain something to you, and when you're gonna say, "Wow, EnQi, you've been saying this to us for 20 years already." Yeah, but now everything is coming to pass. All you gotta do is look around in the news. All of the proofs are happening around you. You're witnessing everything with your eyes. But you like a deer in headlights right now. Like you just watching everything happen and you stuck. Like you don't know what to do. It's time to get busy. It's time to move. It's time to go to action. It's time to go to action. It's time to go to action. It's time for us to mobilize. It's time for us to mobilize. It's time for us to step out. It's time for us to show the world what we got. Don't worry about Goliath. Don't worry about the odds. If you worried about the odds, you're going to miss it. Because it's sitting right here in front of your eyes. I've been showing it to you. So I've been writing it. I've been telling it to you. I've been showing it to you. It's sitting right here in front of your eyes. Do you know what the biggest global investments are?
Every cycle you have ever heard of in the human body is a part of a unique rhythm or set of rhythms in the human body. The heart must synchronize all these sounds into a beat, get order from chaos. This beat then entrains the brain, the magnetic field at large. The heart is the master clock. Think about the blood pH, 7.365. That's the exact days in the week and the exact days in the year. The heart has blood moving through the 60,000 miles of vessels in 60 seconds, culminating in the 12 gates of the heart into the wasp. The journey through the Holy of Holies is superior and inferior cava to the right atrium, tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, pulmonary semilunar valve to the right-left pulmonary artery, right-left pulmonary artery vein.
We did it. Yo, listen, we did it. Listen, we did it. It's time for us to celebrate. Listen, we got to get this word out. It's time for us to celebrate. We should be running the victory lap right now. We got to get this to everywhere ASAP. We done walk through the whole entire body. We done knocked out kidney disease, diabetes. Listen, this is the big one. This is the big one. We done took down heart disease. This is the big time right here. And the craziest part of this is where we found the cause and the cure of heart disease. The craziest part of this whole thing is where we found the cause and the cure. You got to go to Amazon now. Go to Amazon now. I can't tell you, it's about 15 books already that's no longer in print. You got to get these books before they gone. You got to get these books before they vanish.
Yes.
Pour something, reassure something.
You think you know what the biggest government investments are. You think you know what the world resources are. You have no idea what the number one resource is. You have no idea what's going on right in front of your face.
Yes.
Pour something, reassure something.
Radio. Baby girl, it's on.
Pour something, reassure something.
Listen, everything is not for the internet. I'm trying to explain something to you. Everything is not for the internet. Everything is not for the internet. As much as can be said, we have said. As much as can be said, we will say. But everything is not for the internet. What we have to do now is take matters into our own hands. Our future is in the palm of our hands. Our future is in the palm of our hands. Your children's future is in the palm of your hands. Your mama, your auntie, your uncle, your best friend, the guy at the corner store. Do you see? Everybody, the Muslims, the Christians, the Kemetic brothers, the Kemetic sisters, the Buddhists, the atheists, the agnostics. You cannot live in this society and avoid diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, lung disease, brain disease, fibroids, cysts, tumors, cancers, alcoholism, processed food, blunt wraps, cigarettes. I mean, Pornhub. Listen, we have no idea how many different things are contributing. How many different things are contributing to the leading cause of premature death? Yes, premature death. We got scientific proof now. We can prove it. We can prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. 2024, we do not have to look at disease the same way no more. Knowledge is power, and we done finally evened up the score. Every single Cash App, every purchase, every bit of support has been worth it. Every like of the video, every subscriber, every person that had to refine my page. Every time the pages got deleted, the page got deleted, you had to come back and find me somewhere else. The page got deleted, you had to come back and find me again. We done lost over 15, 20 different YouTube pages. But you stuck with me. You stuck with me. Step by step, moment by moment. Every setback, you watch me fall on my face and get right back up, get right back in front of people again. It been times that I didn't even know how I was going to figure this thing out. I didn't even know what I was going to do next. Listen, all of those moments culminate in this moment. This is our time to push. This is our time to demonstrate. This is our time to take back our lives, take back our freedom. This is our time to get rid of that fear. They're like, oh yeah, Doc is on one. Oh, Doc, listen, Doc is on 2. Listen, Doc is on 10. I had no idea. I'm looking at heart disease. I'm like, okay, well, the heart disease clearly got to be related to the cholesterol. It got to be related to the fat. It got to be related to the salt. You know, high blood pressure. You know, salt. If you got high blood pressure, you know, it got to be the salt. I said, no, I'm black. I'm dark skinned. You know, I'm dark skinned. So it gotta be what? You dark skinned, then it gotta be what? It gotta be sugar. You dark skinned, it got to be diabetes. It gotta be diabetes causing the heart disease. I mean, if we Google it, if we Google it, you know, we Googling. If we Google it, A1C, I mean, that got to be the culprit. I mean, we need to be out in bulletproof vests with pistols looking for A1C. We need to be out with pistols looking for somebody named cholesterol. If I let Google tell it, we need to be out with pistols looking for cholesterol and his right-hand man, sugar. Sugar and cholesterol is killing more black folks than the KKK ever did, according to Google. According to Google, sugar and cholesterol is the cause of heart disease. According to Google, somehow cholesterol is causing my arteries to close off. Somehow cholesterol is causing my heart to spasm. Somehow cholesterol is stopping blood flow from reaching my heart. Guess what? Google is the same place. Google is the same place that's telling people with 20 trillion, you know, you might as well say a gazillion. You might as well say a Google. You might as well say a Google. Telling people with a Google blood cells full of iron that magnetism has nothing to do with your blood flow. Every blood cell is full of iron, but they telling people that iron in your blood has no magnetic properties. Magnetism has nothing to do with your blood flow. Magnetism has nothing to do with how your heart works, even though we are told that we have to have iron to make the blood. We have to have iron. We know that iron is intrinsically magnetic. We know iron is intrinsically magnetic. Naturally.
Yes. Sure something, reassure something.
Nah, I'm on one. I'm on one. We getting down to the wire. I'm on one. I'm trying to tell y'all something. We got the cause, we got the trigger, and we got the supporting cast. See, the problem is the supporting cast has been promoted as the cause and the trigger. The supporting cast has been promoted as the cause and the trigger. And guess what? We going into heart attack season. We going into heart attack season. We going into heart attack season right now. Billions of people with high A1C levels. Billions of people with high cholesterol. Billions of people that are overweight. Billions of people that are out of shape. Blind. They have no idea what's going on. They have no clue. Listen. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's about the iron and sulfur clusters. It's about the iron and the sulfur clusters that are paired with hemoglobin. Right? The iron and sulfur clusters that are paired with hemoglobin that makes up the electron transport chain. Right? It's about breaking down glucose. It's about breaking down glucose. Right? It's about breaking down fat. Right? The glucose is going to promote electrons to be ferried or carried to the electron transport chain through cytochrome 1. Fat metabolism. It's gonna promote electrons to be ferried to the electron transport chain to cytochrome 2. It's about the electrons moving through the electron transport chain, creating proton gradients. It's about cytochrome 3 collecting electrons, pooling electrons. It's about cytochrome 4 producing hundreds of gallons of water, fresh hundreds of gallons of water in your body every day. Your mitochondria do that. It's about cytochrome 5 recycling ATP. Recycling ATP so that ATP could be dropped in the cytoplasm. When it's dropped in the cytoplasm, the structured waters that you know of as the cells in your body, yeah, it's going to be oxidized. That phosphorus is going to reduce itself down to ADP. That fired off phosphorus is going to have an exothermic reaction, releasing light into the cell. That light released into the cell is going to power your cells. How come nobody told anybody that before? That took me to come to the people in the world at large still don't know that. The world at large still does not know that each one of your cells runs on light. So if I say, I'm studying the ancient ones. If I say, I'm studying Sumer. If I say, I'm studying Egypt. If I say, I'm studying the Bible. If I say, I'm a Christian, I love Jesus. If I say, I believe Jesus Christ is my Savior, in 2024, I face more ridicule than somebody telling you that they've been kidnapped by aliens. In 2024, I face more ridicule than somebody telling you that men can have a period. I face more ridicule than people telling you that men have a menstrual cycle. Even though what I'm telling you can be verified with some simple reading. Even though what I'm saying not only could be verified, but nobody else should be doing anything. No, nobody should be doing anything else. Nobody should be doing anything else. You should be asking, why is this hidden? This is forbidden knowledge. Why? Why is it not okay for people to know how their cells work? Why is it not okay for people to know how their cells work? Why is it not okay for you to know that the cell phone works the same way your cells do? That the radio works the same way your cells do? That the TV set works the same way your cells do? That satellites work the same way your cells do? When they talking about nuclear bombs, you know nuclear bombs work the same way your cells do? I'm talking about nuclear warheads. Oh my God, they're so powerful. We gotta avoid nuclear war. We're on the brink of nuclear war.
Yes.
Doing something, reassure something.
Radio. Radio.
Baby girl, it's on. Doing something, reassure something.
You worried about nuclear war, but you ain't worried about your nuclear DNA. Wait a minute. You worried about nuclear war? You not worried about nuclear DNA? I'm telling you, you looking in the wrong direction. You're looking for nuclear war to happen in the sky. You looking for nuclear war to happen with missiles. You don't know that the nuclear war is already happening, and it's happening inside your body. Cancer's going through the roof. What do you think that is? What do you think that is with all these chemicals being pumped into your body to destroy your nuclear DNA? That's biological warfare directed at the nucleus of your cells, your nuclear.
Yes.
Doing something, reassure something.
Radio. Radio.
Baby girl, it's on. Doing something, reassure.
See, the closer we get to the truth, listen, the closer we get to the truth, the more the full court press is on. Oh yeah, the pyramids, you know, they got some electromagnetic, you know, but the aliens built the pyramids. See, the aliens built the pyramids, so that took that. Now you got Senate conferences, congressional hearings on UFOs right now. You got congressional hearings on UFOs. Do you know who them people is? You so hype and so happy. Oh yeah, this mean the UFOs is. Do you know who these people are? You know who they pray to at night? You know what the synagogue of Satan look like?
Yes.
Doing something, reassure something.
Radio. Radio.
telling you right now, do you understand that these big antennas that's quietly placed all over the planet, do you understand that these big antennas work just like your spine? Your spine going up into the midbrain to the entorhinal cortex. The entorhinal cortex to the hippocampus, to the amygdala, to the ventricle system, to the third ventricle. Do you understand? Do you understand what kind of technology is beneath your flesh? I don't think you do. I don't think you have a clue what kind of crystal, semiconductor, superconductor, like each one of your cells, trillions of them. And each one of them is filled with nanotechnology. The nanotechnology that you scared of. Oh, they making nanotechnology. They put it in the water. They putting it over here. Listen to what I'm telling you. There's no laboratory anywhere on Earth, anywhere close to mimicking what you have inside your body. They trying. Don't get it twisted. They trying. And while they're trying to mimic what you already have, they putting every type of poison you can imagine in your body to stop what you have from coming online. All these people studying astrology, they should be studying astronomy. If they were studying astronomy instead of astrology, because see, astrology, they trying to figure out relationships. They trying to have sex. They trying to consciously, they trying to be in a positive, high energy, high vibration orgy. Like they listen, astronomy would tell you the sign of the times. Astronomy would tell you what time it is. We living in the era of the fallen stars. We living in the era of the fallen stars. We'll repeat that for you. We living in the era of the fallen stars. Our children right now are running around in the street, cross-dressing, talking about they on demon time, killing each other. Listen. Our babies are cross-dressing, talking about they on demon time, killing each other. And we laughing it off. Hey, them kids is crazy, ain't they? Oh, man, they crazy. They wilding out there. Yeah, we got to stay away from them. They bugging. Huh? These kids being fed to the beast. They being fed to the beast. This is the time right now. We are eating our own babies. We are eating our own babies. We are consuming our babies. Literally and figuratively. Listen to what I'm telling you. Literally and figuratively. They don't want to see a black woman as a president. They don't want to see a black woman as president. You might need to go and check what's happening with those aborted babies. What are they doing with those aborted babies? Did you ever ask yourself that? The millions of aborted babies. You ask yourself where them babies going? You ask yourself why they selling them babies body parts? They got a body parts menu. Every single one of them abortion clinics sells aborted baby body parts. You never asked yourself that? So So are you so anxious to see a black woman president that you don't mind what's happening with these babies? Are you insane? Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm misjudging you. Because I don't know who you pray to at night. I don't know what synagogue you go to. I don't know what church you in. I don't know what temple you in. I don't know what mosque you in. I don't know what church you in. Maybe that's the problem.
Time, paying attention. Every cycle you have ever heard of in the human body is a part of a unique rhythm or set of rhythms in the human body. The heart must synchronize all these sounds into a beat, get order from chaos. This beat then entrains the brain, the magnetic field at large. The heart is the master clock. Think about the blood pH, 7.365. That's the exact days in the week and the exact days in the year. The heart has blood moving through the 60,000 miles of vessels in 60 seconds, culminating in the 12 gates of the heart into the wasp. The journey through the Holy of Holies is superior and inferior cava to the right atrium, tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, pulmonary semilunar valve to the right-left pulmonary artery, right-left pulmonary artery vein.
We did it. Yo, listen, we did it. We did it. It's time for us to celebrate. Listen, we got to get this word out. It's time for us to celebrate. We should be running the victory lap right now. We got to get this to everywhere ASAP. We done walk through the whole entire body. We done knocked out kidney disease, diabetes. Listen, this is the big one. We done took down heart disease. This is the big time right here. And the craziest part of this is where we found the cause and the cure of heart disease. The craziest part of this whole thing is where we found the cause and the cure. You got to go to Amazon now. Go to Amazon now. I can't tell you, it's about 15 books already that's no longer in print. You got to get these books before they gone. You got to get these books before they vanish.
Yes. Radio. Radio.
Baby girl, it's on.
I mean, is it just me? Are we watching the toughest? I couldn't believe when I seen Conway, Griselda, when I seen Conway put the skirt on. Kevin Hart different. He said he wasn't going with, listen, Kevin Hart different. But Conway? That was different for me. That hit different for me. I can't hold you. That hit different for me. When I seen Russell Westbrook, bro, that was different. Russell Westbrook is like this thing done went to the, we talking about the shooters and the gangbangers is putting on, like, this thing different now. This is different. They done put so much pressure on Denzel. They say, listen, Denzel, you done been around for a long time, buddy. Denzel, you done been around for a long time, buddy. So this is what we gonna do for you. Denzel, because you got us in a bad position, because the box office at this point, demands So here's what we gonna do. We ain't gonna put the kissing scene in the movie. We might not even have you do the kissing scene. We got enough footage of you and enough technology. We could fake it. We could AI a Denzel kissing scene if we want, buddy. So it ain't like you done signed over your image and likeness to us. So it's not like we really even need you to do it at this point. We got enough footage of your image and likeness that we could CGI, we could AI, we could digitally put together a kissing scene with you, Denzel. But this is what we gonna do. You gonna go out there and tell them people, and you gonna sound passionate about it. You gonna go out there and you gonna tell all them boys, you gonna tell all them men, you gonna tell all them people that say, you know what? At least we got Denzel. You gonna go tell all them people that say, at least we got Denzel. You gonna go tell all of them people that you with us. You gonna go tell all them people that you filmed a passionate scene. You gave a man the kiss of death. You gonna tell them people what we want you to tell them people. And that's gonna be our happy medium. You ain't gonna have the visual to worry about. Now go home and tell your family, brace them for what's coming, because it's gonna be some backlash. But we can't have you messing up our thing here, Denzel. We can't have you messing up our thing here. So you gonna have to go tell all them people that, yeah, Denzel too. He ain't got to wear the dress, but he definitely kissing men for a few dollars. We definitely got Denzel doing something strange for a piece of change. And I'm saying, listen, I don't want to knock what nobody else is doing. Because if you understand that for everything you get, there's a cost. Well, if you're willing to pay that cost, then you're supposed to have whatever you're supposed to have. But what I'm saying is that the rest of us, arguably the best of us, it's like we out here left hanging. Folks out here dropping dead after being bled of 20, 30 years of cash and hard work, all your money going to miscellaneous doctor bills and medication for this that cause 6 side effects, and you need a different medication for each one of them side effects. And all you asking to find out is, Doc, what's the cause of this? Okay, I get it. I'm at stage 5 kidney, I get it. But what's the cause of this? We don't know the cause exactly. We don't know the cause. We just know if you black, you high risk. Folks vanished. Colon cancer. Wait a minute. Colon cancer? Huh? What's the cause? What's the trigger? We don't know, but we know for sure if you black, you high risk. The diabetes cause change every 10 years. That don't change. If you black, you high risk. AIDS was quiet. Wasn't AIDS quiet for about 10 years? AIDS was quiet for about 10 years. And all of a sudden, you start hearing about AIDS numbers going up. AIDS statistics out of nowhere. And after about a good 6 months of everybody getting scared, what happened? They start running TV commercials. Are you or your lover? Are you or your lover? Well, we can, if you take 2 of these here, we can get you to undetectable. Wait, what do you mean undetectable? You mean you won't be able to detect any virus in my body? I'll be cured? No. You're not gonna be cured. You're gonna be undetectable. Up until if you stop taking this medication. Now, if you stop taking this medication, you're gonna be detectable again. And the disease will be much more aggressive at that point. So we're gonna get you undetectable so you can enjoy your irresponsible, unprotected sex without having no babies. Because we don't want you to have no responsibility. We don't want you to be responsible for taking care of yourself or nobody else. We don't want you to have no responsibilities, no accountability, no responsibility. We don't want you to have no ability. So we got these drugs for you. 5 years later, what they say? Oh, we got a PrEP. We got another drug. We got a prophylactic drug. So the same way they gave you insulin, right? They gave you the insulin. Then what they came back with later? Pre-diabetes medication. Oh, they got AIDS medication now to get you to undetectable. And then they came back with pre-AIDS medication. This medication blocks 90% of transmission. And they say now they're working on a mandatory vaccine. A mandatory vaccine targeting your white blood cells. Nigga, what? I can't make this up. Listen, y'all can say what y'all want about Will Smith. That I Am Legend movie scary. That I Am Legend movie scary, and it seemed like every day we moving closer and closer. We showing the test results, the scientific journals. We making it as clear as possible. This is, I'm showing improvement in the ancient texts, in the religious texts, and in the scientific journals. Everything I tell you, we show you the proof. At least 3, 4, 5 different ways. Everything. And the only thing that's happening.
Yes.
Doing something, reassuring
Radio. Radio.
The only thing that's happening is we got goofy guys running around turning these what should be groundbreaking, world-changing news into little hustles. So they can make a few dollars. And I just,
Yes.
doing something, reassuring
Radio. Radio.
like I'm Floyd in the 10th round. I feel like Floyd Mayweather in the 11th round. This is what separates the men from the boys. This would separate the champs. This would separate good from great. This would separate good from great. I'm still bouncing in the 11th round. I'm not even on my second win. I still haven't exhaled my first win yet. I'm still energized. You have no idea. You don't understand what living in the slums do. Most of our people never even leave a neighborhood. They don't even know what the world look like. They on demon savage time. Scavengers.
Yes.
Sure something, reassure something.
Radio. Ha. Ha. Radio.
So now, I listen. Now that they lost the election, now that these people that have been putting kids in jail and sterilizing and promoting the abortions and all other manner of debauchery, now that these people have lost the election and they're out of office, guess what? They said, listen, we got a few months left. We got a few months left. What'd they do? They have launched missiles at Russia. Yo, I can't make this up. Listen to what I'm telling you. I have never, ever been a fan of Alex Jones before. I thought Alex Jones was fake from the very first Bohemian Grove video. I said Alex Jones is with that voice like. I said, oh, this is pure. Alex Jones has predicted this situation step by step by step. We done launched missiles at Russia now. Courtesy of Ukraine. The same place all of our money has disappeared to. The same place caused the inflation here. Ukraine. Courtesy of Biden. Courtesy of Biden's son. I don't understand how he's still not in the news. I don't understand how he's still not topic of discussion. How we missing this? How we missing this? How you don't know right now that you are all you got? We all we got. And we don't have an indefinite amount of time to get busy with the get busy. We got to get busy now. We got to get rolling now. And guess what? A bunch of mentally ill, overweight people with heart problems can't do nothing. And that's what we look like. A bunch of addicts, a bunch of alcoholics, a bunch of food addicted, porn addicted, we on 5-6 different medications. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We gotta get going. The time is now. And I'm saying this because we got the tools now. Go to Amazon, get these books. Listen, it shouldn't be no other gifts going out. I don't know what else. This is it. The kids need generational health books. Not generational wealth books. They need generational health books. The kids need generational health books. You got to go get the generational health series. It's called Family Chemistry. You have to get those books for the children. You have to go get the big boy books, the big girl books for you. You have to build your library out. When you saying, oh, the government's doing this and big farmers doing that and blah, 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 blah. Well, why would you then think everything's supposed to be online? If everything online monitored and you know, they shutting down algorithm and allowing, you know, they do it, huh? You got to have this stuff at home. Because if the internet goes off, then what? The electricity goes off, then what? What you gonna do then? Because this thing is way beyond an A1C. It's way beyond high cholesterol, glycation, high salt, you know, cortisol. This is way beyond that. It's just been disguised for so long you can't see it. It's been disguised for so long you can't see it, right up until now. And right now they pushing all their chips in the center. All their chips in the center. And we've been relatively in the sweet spot. You know, we've been in the sweet spot all this time. And we watching what's going on over there in the Middle East. Well, now guess what? We done dropped bombs on Russia. We done dropped American bombs on Russia. Just a FYI. It's no longer a thing that might happen. It's a thing that actually happened. To our good buddies over there in the Ukraine. And these are the same people that just tried to sign you up. Oh my God, I pray somebody hear me. Listen, it's time to turn back the clock. I need you to turn back the clock. I'm not saying, listen, don't get it twisted. I don't need you to follow me and go, well, EnQi getting into that Bible. EnQi talking that Jesus Christ. He talking that Christian. EnQi, you don't have to do that. I'm saying get you a Quran. Go get you into the Old Testament. That's what you want to get you a Torah. Go join the temple. Get into the Buddhist. Go get into the Buddhist philosophy. Right? I'm saying go get right. I'm saying go get right. This is spiritual here. This is spiritual. We have to broadcast. We have to broadcast. These messages got to go out to every corner and crevice. Every jungle, every forest, every village, every tent, every hut, every project building, every tenement building, every skyscraper, every house, every duplex, every mansion, every shelter. You now have to be emissaries. You have to be emissaries. You got to take these words, take this information. You got to study this knowledge, empower yourself, and then it's each one teach one time. And then it's each one teach one time. Because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And you done passed up on the time. Listen, you done passed the time when it was, oh, I'm gonna start eating right, going to the gym. Yeah, I'm about to start eating right, going to the gym. That time was about 5 years, 10 years. That was 3 years. You missed that window. You missed that window. Now you got to work quadruple time now. Now you got to work quadruple time now. Now you got to work on getting your body together at the same time as you got to work on getting your mind together, at the same time as you got to work on getting your spirit together. At the same time as you work on trying to have your finances in order and take care of your babies and take care of your family and your relationship. But things got to prioritize now. Things got to prioritize now. When I look deeper into this heart disease thing, and at the same time we see the mental illness, and the mental illness, listen, the mental illness has been relegated to something called psychiatry. Psychiatry. Let me explain to you, because I'm sure, see, I got a smart audience, right? I know my audience know everything, so it's okay. I'm not explaining this for you. I'm explaining this for somebody you know that might need to hear this. Let me explain to you how psychiatry works, right? So, with all other medical professionals, I'm talking about from surgeons, doctors, holistic healers, naturopaths, personal trainers, dietitians, wellness coaches. Look, listen, from the lowest end to the highest end, they dealing with the physical, tangible body. Physical, tangible body, physical, tangible results, physical, tangible causes, physical, tangible changes, physical, tangible modifications, physical, tangible tracking. Psychiatry don't have that. Psychiatry only deals in the realm of symptoms, of feelings. You say, oh, I'm dealing with facts, not feelings. I don't deal with feelings. We facts over feelings all day. We facts over feelings all day. Do you know there's a whole industry where people are prescribed drugs for feelings?
Yes.
Pour something, reassure something.
Radio. Radio.
Yeah. That's why. That's the trick. I'm not saying that the shots ain't having an impact, but I'm telling you the reason why autism is going through the roof. The reason why autism is going through the roof is because it moved from an actual physical classification to a purely mental classification. And mental classifications don't have to have a root in the physical body. If they don't have a root in the physical body, there's no plan of action. Listen to what I'm telling you. There's no plan of action for how to tackle these things. No plan of action. So You just left to your own devices. And what are these children gonna do? What are these autistic children gonna do if their parents can't figure it out? Because there's no treatments. There's no treatments. They just got psychoactive, they just got psychoactive drugs. There's no treatments. There's no plan. There's no research underway to figure that out. So what we saying with our babies? What are we saying about the future of our babies? How many of these, let me ask you a question. How many of these, see, until you actually have to take care of other people, until you actually have to take care of sickly people, like you have no idea what that can do to somebody. Do you know the average lifespan of a parent? Listen to this. You know the lifespan of a parent that has to take care of a mentally challenged child drops by 5 years? You know, if a parent has to take care of a mentally challenged child and it's a single parent, their lifespan could drop more than 10 years? You have no idea what the impact is, how difficult that is. To raise one child with a mental illness. How many of these parents that's stuck raising children with no hope, with mental illness, how many of these parents was out there campaigning for Kamala? How many of them parents was out there campaigning for Kamala because they're angry and they're bitter? Now, there's some parents out there that love their children, regardless of how they don't care about it. They love their children. But you know, there's parents out there that's angry about those children. Hold on. I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to hear me. There's parents that has healthy children. There's parents with healthy children that feel like they had to give up their youth for those kids. So they regret having kids. Some of them are angry at the kids or angry at the other parent. It's men angry that they were trapped by women into having kids. There's women angry with men for trapping them and getting them pregnant and then not wanting to be with them, and so they regret having these kids. How many of these people that are angry that they were blessed with children, how many of these people was out there pro Kamala? Yeah, we should have been, because I want to make sure that the next generation is not stuck with, I want to make sure the next generation had an opportunity to, because we want to make sure they had an opportunity to be able to, you don't know what it, see, the reason why what's going on is because guess what? You don't know you got moss in your brain. It's just that simple. You don't know you got moss in your brain and pyramid cells. I told folks, I said, listen, you know the pyramid is made out of sea moss. They said, EnQi, you crazy. You don't know the pyramid is actually made based on your body. Same way you got moss in your brain that works with the pyramid cell. Listen. The truth is stranger than fiction. But what I'm telling you is, it's people that know how your body's supposed to work and you don't. And they are terraforming this planet. Listen to what I'm telling you. They're terraforming this planet. They're changing the surface of the planet. They're changing the inner surface of your body. They're changing the surface of the planet to be hostile to you.
Yes.
Pour something, reassure something.
Radio. Radio.
Yeah. They changing the planet to make the planet hostile to you. And then they changing your body so that your body is like allergic. You allergic. You allergic to the environment. You allergic to the environment. It's kids that they can't even have a childhood experience. Listen, forget about, kids born with mental disabilities and this and that. It's kids born with immune disabilities. Listen, disabilities come in all types of ways. It's kids born with immune system disabilities. That's an immune system disability. When your allergies are so strong that you can't play with other kids because the other kids might have had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I want you to understand this. When your allergies so strong, you can't go out trick-or-treating. You can't even have a safe trick-or-treating. You know why? Because some kids might have Reese's peanut butter cups. Kids might have Reese's peanut butter cups. Somebody might accidentally give your child a Reese's peanut butter cup. This is the day and age we in right now. This is the day and time. This is what it is right now. You got demons outside. You got kids on demon time. They on demon time, and you don't know what it is that's activating this in these kids. See, we got this. You got to get these books. You got to understand what's happening. Listen, the kids on demon time. The kids is allergic to snacks. They can't play with other kids that's not allergic. So what are they doing? They hiding in the house. Yeah, they hiding in the house. They playing video games. They've created a inside the house universe where now these kids, you got certain kids becoming millionaires because they were just the first one to stay in the house and play video games on the internet. That's it. And they playing video games for 5 hours straight, 6 hours straight, 10 hours straight. So many other kids joined up with them. Now they got 1 million followers, 5 million followers. From what? From what? Playing video games. But guess what? All them kids is gonna have compromised immune systems. Yeah. All them kids, they got compromised vitamin D levels. Compromised vitamin D levels mean they got compromised bones. They got compromised immune systems. They got compromised calcium levels. They got compromised parathyroids. These kids is not normal. These kids are not healthy. And they will attack their parents if their parents don't get them games and all that so they can stay in the house and hide from real life. Because everything in real life is hostile to these kids. They didn't even create a secondary, like a virtual human trafficking universe. Where now you got whole YouTube platforms with people like busting into other people's houses and catching predators. Why? Because there's not enough law enforcement to catch all these predators. Because your kids are sitting ducks on these computers. And what are they doing? They snatching these kids and they selling their bodies. They snatching the kids and selling their bodies. And if you thinking that they selling them into some type of sex trade, you better think again. You better think again. That's the cover story. You will wish they were selling these kids into some sex trafficking after you find out what they really doing. I wouldn't wish that on the worst. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy's children. Like, I wouldn't wish that on no children. But hey, people with money is paying top dollar for body parts. And hey, they feel like your children ain't going to do nothing in life anyway. They ain't doing nothing now. You ain't doing nothing, and you ain't preparing them to do nothing. So they looking at these kids like fresh body parts going to waste. They might as well have it. Yeah. What do you think is going on with these billionaires that's drugging people, putting them to sleep? You think a handsome billionaire needs to drug somebody and put them to sleep to have sex with them? Are you insane? You must be insane if you think a billionaire needs to drug a kid, drug a man, drug a woman, drug anybody to have sex with them. Men, women, and children in today's society are groupies. They will line up and stay online for days to have sex with these folks. No. These folks need to make you unconscious so that they can do certain rituals with you when you're unconscious. That's all that's about. They can't do the rituals on you while you awake. Because then guess what? They would either have to kill you or they would have to release you back into the world knowing the ritual that you just took part of. Yeah, and you can't see it. You can't see it, you can't know it because the jig'll be up. So they got to have you unconscious while they perform these rituals. And it ain't got nothing to do with no humiliation, man. Y'all are bugging. Thinking, oh yeah, this millionaire, he got to go through a humiliation ritual. Why would somebody need to go through a humiliation ritual after they done already made $10 million, $50 million, $100 million, $1 billion? Why would somebody need to go through a humiliation ritual to make a few more dollars after they done already became rich? No, y'all are getting this whole thing twisted. And it gotta stay like that. It gotta stay like that because if you find out these people is really on some devil worship, you have to then look at yourself in the mirror and say, wait a minute. If these people is worshiping the devil, and not only are they worshiping the devil, but they're getting results. Hold on now. If these people are worshiping the devil and getting results, that means the devil is real. And if the devil is real, that means you might have been tricked out of position. Because if the devil is real, God is real. If the devil is real, the first thing the devil needed to do was not make you think that he don't exist. See, that's the movies. That's the movies that have been put together by them people. Oh yeah, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making you think he don't exist. No. That's wrong. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making you believe that God don't exist. When we don't have any evidence of that in any functioning civilization ever, especially not brown and black people. We don't have a civilization in the last 10,000 years that was successful that did not believe in a God, many gods, warring gods, demigods, you name it. We didn't have no atheists and agnostics. That is not, you got to ask yourself where that came from. That didn't come from your DNA. That didn't come from your ancestors. So you look around. Just know, we live in a binary universe. See, that's another reason why they had to break you out of binary thinking. They had to break you out of binary thinking, even though we live in a binary universe, because the moment you believe in God, you have to say, wait a minute, the devil's real. God exists, the devil exists. The moment you find out the devil is real, you got to go, wait a minute.
Yes.
Doing something, reassuring
Radio. Radio.
Time, paying attention. Every cycle you have ever heard of in the human body is a part of a unique rhythm or set of rhythms in the human body. The heart must synchronize all these sounds into a beat, get order from chaos. This beat then entrains the brain, the magnetic field at large. The heart is the master clock. Think about the blood pH, 7.365. That's the exact days in the week and the exact days in the year. The heart has blood moving through the 60,000 miles of vessels in 60 seconds, culminating in the 12 gates of the heart into the wasp. The journey through the Holy of Holies is superior and inferior cava to the right atrium, tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, pulmonary semilunar valve to the right-left pulmonary artery, right-left pulmonary artery vein.
We did it. Yo, listen, we did it. We did it. It's time for us to celebrate. Listen, we got to get this word out. It's time for us to celebrate. We should be running the victory lap right now. We got to get this to everywhere ASAP. We done walk through the whole entire body. We done knocked out kidney disease, diabetes. Listen, this is the big one. We done took down heart disease. This is the big time right here. And the craziest part of this is where we found the cause and the cure of heart disease. The craziest part of this whole thing is where we found the cause and the cure. You got to go to Amazon now. Go to Amazon now. I can't tell you, it's about 15 books already that's no longer in print. You got to get these books before they gone. You got to get these books before they vanish.